What's up, guys? So, on February 20th, 2015, the most anticipated fight ever was announced by Floyd Mayweather himself on the Shots app. And he tweeted this photo, or not tweeted, he posted this photo saying, "What the world has been waiting for has arrived. Mayweather versus Pacquiao on May 2nd, 2015 is a done deal. I promised the fans we would get this done, and we did. We will make history on May 2nd. Don't miss it. This is the signed contract from both fighters." So, there you have it. The fight is signed, sealed, and delivered. It is official now after 7 years of speculation, analysis, rumors, fighting with each other as fans, saying who would win. We're finally gonna get our answers, and we're finally gonna see the biggest fight of our generation, and basically the biggest fight ever. This is one of the most craziest things for me because I personally wanted this fight so bad from the beginning, and this is this generation's Ali Frazier fight, this generation's um, Leonard Duran, this generation's Hagler Hearns, this generation's Lennox Lewis versus Tyson, and it just doesn't get any much bigger and better than this. Finally, I'm so ecstatic, I'm so excited and happy about this fight that is finally announced. It's crazy because the day right before the fight was announced, the day before I put out a video saying the announcement's gonna come out soon, and then the next day it was out. So like, I knew the fight was always gonna happen. I never lost faith and hope, but it did drop a little because of such long waiting and so many excuses and shenanigans, and but I always knew the fight was gonna happen because history demands it. And the reason I say that is because in every era of boxing, the two best fighters have fought. So I feel like they're destined to fight each other no matter what, whether it's sooner or later. The fight's gonna happen. Obviously, it would have been better if the fight was back in like 2010, or 2009 when it originally was being talked about. But nonetheless, we have the fight now. We have to work with what we get, and we just have to see what's gonna happen. Now, some things I managed to find out about the fight. I didn't, since the fight was just announced and not a lot of like official information has been released. But from what I managed to gather, this is what I have. There will be no rematch clause, meaning there's no mandatory rematch if Mayweather loses or Pacquiao loses, meaning that they can negotiate a second fight and it's not signed already into the contract for this one. Which I'm kind of surprised about it. I thought there would be a rematch clause if Floyd would lose, but I guess not. Another thing, there's been like a lot of talk with Mayweather and like gloves, especially with his Marcos Maidana's fights. The two that he didn't let him use the gloves that he wanted, and a lot of people thought that it was going to be the same case for Manny because he is technically considered kind of a power puncher. So there's no rule that's going to negate either one from using certain type of gloves. They both can use certain normal gloves that they've always been using. Mayweather, of course, uses Grant gloves, and Manny Pacquiao uses Cleto Reyes gloves. Now, the fight is a 60-40 split, 60 going to Mayweather and 40% going to Manny Pacquiao. Mayweather gets the extra 10% for being the A side, staying undefeated. Unfortunately, Manny has taken 2 straight losses back in 2012, but nonetheless, he still gets a pretty good amount. In my point of view, this is a fair amount, 40% and 60. I think it's rightfully so. For how much actually going to pay themselves, I'm not really sure. There's always that one rumor that it was going to be I heard 120 mil for Floyd and 80 for Pacquiao, but I'm not so sure how official that is. So don't hold me out to that. This is a unification match for the WBC, WBA, and WBO welterweight titles. This is 3 out of the big 4 titles. The fourth one being the IBF welterweight championship, which is held by England's Kell Brook. You could say 3 out of the 5 belts in the division. The fifth one would be the Ring Magazine, but not a lot of people consider that. I do to an extent, but to me it's more of like the big 4, the W's, and then the IBF. And right now Mayweather holds WBC and WBA, which will be on the line against Manny Pacquiao's WBO welterweight title. So this is a big unification match. Think of it kind of like when Sergey Kovalev fought Bernard Hopkins. Now the winner of this will be I'm assuming the undisputed champion in the welterweight undisputed championship of the world. Um, since this fight has been announced, I heard that it will be a three-fight. There will be a three-fight event. Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather being the main event, but there will be three fights in the event itself. So whatever the co-main event and then the undercard haven't been released yet. They haven't said who would it be, but I'm hoping it's someone good. So we just don't get like, yeah, fans wouldn't care if it's just like Mayweather's Pacquiao. That's what we're looking for. But it would be awesome if we could get like also if they could. It would be awesome if they could push back the Ruslan Matisse fight to it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But who knows? Um, also the broadcasting for this it's gonna be different because it's a combined broadcasting of HBO's and Showtime's broadcast team. So it'll be, from what I'm hearing, is Jim Lampley, Al Bernstein, Roy Jones, and Max Kellerman with Jim Gray. Now I don't know if they're gonna be like right next to each other or like across and stuff because like they are in different networks, but that is the broadcast team that I'm hearing. And for the announcers, usually for HBO, it's Michael Buffer that does the announcements for the fighters in the details, and for Showtime is Jimmy Lennon Jr. But just like back in the day when Tyson fought Lennox Lewis, they did a combined announcement. They just like almost a lot like in this situation, they did a lot of combined stuff because both of them were in different networks. So for this fight, just like it was back to the day, it'll be Michael Buffer and Jimmy Lennon Jr. doing a combined announcement. So, for example, I'm pretty sure Manny's going to be introduced first because he's the B side and he only holds the one belt, and Mayweather holds two belts. But Michael Buffer will come in and say, fighting out of the blue corner, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. And then he will step up to the side, and then Jimmy Lennon Jr. will come on and say, fighting out of the right corner, Floyd Money Mayweather. And also for the referee, there's no set referee right now from what I know of, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be either Ortiz or it's going to be this one referee. I forgot his name. It's going to be one of the three big ones. There's like 3 or 4 really big referees that usually do the fights, but mostly for Mayweather, I think it's Ben Ortiz or Kenny Bayless. I forgot the other referee. He's black too. I think I've seen him more in the Manny Pacquiao ones, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be Kenny Bayless. Whoever it is, I hope they do a good job and let the fight flow naturally instead of them interrupting it so much. But who knows? Now, since the fight has been announced, there was like a report that Freddie Roach made a comment. I'll put it on right now, and it says Floyd should enjoy being the A side while he can because on May 2nd, Manny's going to put him on his backside. So already like shots are being fired. Freddie Roach seems very confident in his fighter that he'll win and put the other one down. Since then, Manny Pacquiao has also posted a couple things online on his Instagram. He said, finally, the signed contract, so the fight is on. This is what I'm talking about, that I signed already before. I'm just explaining to the fans and to prove that I'm not lying. I have the fear of the Lord, so this is it. The fight is on. Fans, you deserve it. Thank you, and to God be all glory. So right there you see the picture of him with the signed contract. Like he said in the past that he already signed and he was just waiting on Mayweather. So I guess it's true, judging from this post, but he also posted this picture with his signed signature and the contract reading. On the contract, I was trying to read some of it from what I could manage out to make out, and it said that the fight, I think, is going to be billed as the event. So you know how like for Mayweather, Maidana, the first one was called. Well, I don't know. I don't remember if it was the first time. Yeah, the first time it was called um, the Moment, and then the second one is called Mayhem. And for Manny Pacquiao, what versus for Margarito, the fight was billed as the Eighth Wonder or whatever, and for Ricky Hatton, it was billed as War of the Worlds, I think it was. And for De La Hoya one, it was the Event, and Mayweather De La Hoya was called the Dream Match, or or something like that. I don't exactly remember the titles. I think this fight is going to be called the Event. I'm not sure. I think it said it in the contract, and in the beginning lines, it was like in quotes. I couldn't really tell because it's really small. But in this post he said, "Honest, honesty is the way the Lord wants us to do it," and he posts his quote from the Bible, and then later on, he went onto Twitter and he tweeted, "I dedicate this fight to all the fans who willed this fight to happen, and as always, to bring glory to the Philippines." He's also said, "I'm very happy that Floyd Mayweather and I can give the fans the fight they have wanted for so many years." So it seems like everyone is like rejoicing in what's happening in the moment. I'm expecting a lot of interviews from both fighters, especially now that it's official. They're going to be bombarded with people just coming in from all sorts of directions, trying to get as many like answers. Question: how long has it been in negotiations? How long has it been signed? When was when did you get the contract? Blah blah blah. And now that it's only like around 10 days away until we're into March, I wonder what type of promotion they're gonna do for this fight, because there's only gonna be 2 months from then until the fight, because we're gonna be going into March, and then May 2nd is right around the corner. So I knew the fight was gonna happen soon, because like I said, March is literally right around the corner. It's gonna be 2 months away, and that's not a long time. It's the fight. I believe the fight is 71 days away or 70 days away. I don't remember. It's not that long if you really think about it. It seems long, but it's really not. Before you know it, it's gonna be here. So, like around 10 weeks, I think. This fight is gonna be humongous. It's gonna break all revenue records, all like broadcasting, like for the fight records. I believe like this is gonna be huge. And this fight is gonna be the Super Bowl of boxing. This is gonna be the World Cup of boxing. This is gonna be the World Series of boxing. Like this fight is so important for boxing. I think, in my point of view, I think it needs it. There's no way we could have done without it. It would have affected boxing in a very negative way, but it's finally here. Man, I can't wait. I'm gonna start counting down the days, and I also heard that within 15 minutes of the fight being announced, the MGM Grand sold out for May 1st and May 2nd. That is crazy. Like I said in my other video, the one before this one, I said that I expect the fight to be sold out within like 15 minutes of it being announced, just because I know how big this is. Like I'm not surprised, but I'm still like, wow, like not I was right, but wow, like this is like it's happening. I don't really know exactly how much the tickets went for. I know they were probably expensive, especially once you get ringside, but yeah, like that is amazing. It's basically, I think at this point, probably impossible to get tickets now, even if it's just a day later, considering the magnitude of this fight, how many celebrities are gonna be there. Usually when either fighter fights in Vegas, there's a lot of celebrities, period. But now that both of them together, the sport's two brightest, two biggest, two most famous attractions in one fight against each other. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of celebrities there, a lot of people. I can't wait for like their official stare time for the fight. Oh man, their first press conference. If they're even gonna do any, they should. I believe they will. So we're gonna get a lot of things pretty fast because there's less time. So that means they have to do everything in a hurry in order to promote the fight, if they do any promotion at all, which they will, because it's a fight. There's no way they're not going to, even though they could probably not have any promotion at all. People will still like tune in. I think personally that the fight's gonna sell like around 3 point. I don't know why, but I get a feeling it's gonna sell like around 3.7, but more realistically like around 3.4. 3.4 million pay-per-view buys, I think. I also heard that the fight, from what I managed to gather, that it's gonna cost around $100. I heard somewhere it was like $100, and then HD is like 110, and I heard a different announcement saying it was gonna cost 120 for stand for was it 120? It was like 110, then like 120 for HD, which is a lot for a pay-per-view fight, because usually they were going around for 60, and then they started getting a little bit more expensive. It's a lot of money, but considering the fight, I think it's a good price range. A lot of people are gonna complain about it, but would you rather them cancel the fight, or would you rather pay the money? That's how I see it. Like for me, I don't care. I'm gonna be paying for it, depending on how the fight is gonna be broadcast. I might even pay more, because I want to see what happens, the viewing angles of both HBO and Showtime. I hope it's just like one broadcast event where both of them do a joint broadcasting, and not just like HBO selling it pay-per-view and Showtime is selling it pay-per-view, because I don't want to have to buy both of them, even because I want to see all of it as much as possible. Even if like Showtime does a different angle, they talk about different things. But I'm probably going to be buying the HBO HD one. I like HBO a little bit better than Showtime. I don't know why. Probably just because I'm used to it. I watched it for a long time now, and I recently started watching Showtime more. But I personally like HBO better. I'm probably gonna like buy it, and then I'm probably gonna go out and see it somewhere. I don't know, like probably like some big place with a whole bunch, or maybe have like a big like gathering at some place, and all of my friends and family can watch it together. Who knows? So tell me how you guys feel. Are you guys excited? Are you guys angry or sad or annoyed that it's happening? Because a lot of people were starting to say that they didn't even care about this fight anymore, that they didn't want it to happen, and it's because a lot of y'all are scared that your guy is gonna lose, and a lot of people are fearful that they're gonna be shut up, because a lot of people don't want this fight to happen, so that they can keep on fighting each other, so their fighters don't have to fight, so they don't have to worry about their fighter losing, and they can have that infamous, oh well, Mayweather would have beat Manny Pacquiao, or Manny Pacquiao would have knocked out Floyd, or whatever. Now you're gonna get your answer. We're all gonna get a definitive answer, and everyone that talked crap about it, we're all gonna get to see who's right and who's wrong. And this is where the men are gonna be separated from the boys, and we're gonna see who really is this generation's, this era's best fighter. Come May 2nd, we will know for sure. And oh man, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Finally, after all this time, we get the fight that we wanted. And it's not even that long from now. It's gonna come by quick. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.